Hey there friends, I wanted to do a really quick video. I've had a lot of friends ask me about my SCA and my camping setups because I do run a lot of solar, and that's actually probably going to be one of my things. And so I'm pretty well known for having the literal coolest tent or encampment, if you will, usually at events. Please excuse my shop area. My kids saw the tents coming up because I wanted to do a preliminary setup just to see what all I needed to take and pack and have ready to go. So they started bringing stuff out and trying to get ready to go, even though we're not going quite yet. So my setup is 3 10x10 canopies. I need to check that in a minute because that wasn't like that before, so I think the wind shifted it a little bit. But they are 10 pop-up canopies, 10x10 pop-up canopies. So we got 1, 2, and then 3 back here. This is my room, and this is the kids' connect-a tent, a little 4-person connect-a tent. Fantastic options to have. Yes, is it bougie a little? Yes, it absolutely is. Is there quite a few creature comforts? Absolutely. You know what? At the end of the day, if you're going to complain at me because it's too cushy and whatever, you don't have to complain about it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not that important. Over here I have a 100-watt solar panel. I'll show you what that's connected to in a second. As you can see right here, I have the Gosun Breeze. I actually have 2 of these, so there's one on the other side. It's connected via multi-DC port, because this is the DC power, to a 100-watt Renogy panel. And as you can see, we're actually in the shade, and unfortunately you don't see as fast how fast it's going. It's actually going pretty good, decent speed. And then in here, why do you have it sealed up? I have it sealed up because actually it kind of keeps things a little bit cooler in here. See, here's my other one. It's not rolling as fast because, like I said, we are in the shade. I need to fix that. It's because it's sitting right here. So I will fix that later. I don't want to distract myself. We have a evaporative cooler. If you're like me and you don't like being hot and you live in a dry, arid area, this is the way to go. I'm sorry, it's dirty. It got hucked into the storage right after we went camping, and I haven't had a chance to wash it. So that one, this right here, is being run by the 100-watt panel, which means that you can run this off of 100 watts. I do believe like peak. So peak with all this stuff lit up, I do believe is around like about 60 watts per hour. So you still have a little bit left to go. As you can see in my little system, I only have one hooked up because I'm just testing it out right now. We're in the preliminary test phase. The Renogy 100-watt panels you see that were hanging off the walls are connected to these. This is connected to the Gosun chilliest. I absolutely love this. Now, Renogy has has almost the same exact one. It is a cheaper option. What's really cool about this is that there are 2, as you can see, 2 spaces. That's loaded. A lot of that's loaded for homeschool stuff, but yeah. So you can run that. What's really neat is if we can go down here, you can run this off of one of the Renogy panels. You can buy them from like solar panels, the flex panels from Gosun, but they're more expensive. Whereas you're using the same voltage and whatnot from the Renogy flex or E-Flex series, and you're literally running it. So you could get the connector, you can get whatever different options. So the difference between this one and the Renogy one, from what I can tell, is this one has a battery. This is a battery, so you can run it on its own battery for about an hour or so. And that's actually how it works is if it's plugged in and you have the battery plugged in, it charges the battery up, then it runs off the battery, and then it charges the battery back up again. So it's pretty cool. You have the dual zones. I like it. It keeps it nice and cool. It is big, bulky, it is kind of heavy, which is something you need to consider. I know there are other electric cooler options online that work really well as well, but this is what I usually use. You see the E-Flex right here, so I could plug this in if I had a long enough cord to this, and I could just run the cooler off of that. Let's see, temperatures around, let's see if I can actually get it. It's at around 80. There we are. It's around 80 here. Let's see what ambient air is out there. I don't even know. It feels warmer out here. It's still about 80, but I guess because of the circulation, it's pretty, it feels a lot better in there. So we have the two 100 watt Renogy flex panels. Those are awesome to have. You can get one of these. So I have one of these, and so I can actually hook up one more, which I have it set up to hook up one more on my Wanderer, because you can do about 400 watts or 30 amps on the Renogy Wanderer. So that's about, you can do about 400 watts on there. So should I be in an area that only gets daylight sun or daytime sun, what I can do is I can hook up and make sure I have the other battery and charge everything up first thing in the morning, and then have that running off of that for a while. Also, with my Harbor Freight set up, because I use the Harbor Freight 100 watt kit charge controller, because I really wanted those. These are really awesome to have. You can hang them. I have little magnetic things to hang them from if I wanted to hang them like right there or whatnot. Because this isn't staying up for like forever here, I'm not really going to worry too much about it. I will have to include links. These are awesome. Let me see if I can find ones on a bigger carabiner. But these are really great because all this is painter's canvas. So I do historical reenacting. So this right here, this will be covered by one of these sewn together, and it looks like one big beige canopy. It's probably about as beige as I get. But yeah, these are excellent. You hook them on a little carabiner, you can hook that on there, hang stuff. It's great. This is the push up, the simple push. Those are nice if you're doing like a one-man setup. Now, don't get me wrong, I can do nope, it's not this one. I have one that's just plain not simple push, and I like it. So this is inside here. I haven't really planned too much. I have the cots set up. These are great. Like I said, I'll include the links for a lot of stuff. These little zipper cots are great for when you have kids who roll off things, and mine do that. So I have their little cots set up, and they like to come in here and lay down. So we'll go to the other side really quick. Other side, the kids tent, the littles, not littles, they're not littles, the bigger kids tents in here. And as you can see, they've caused a ruckus. This is a nice little 4-person tent. Can you sleep 4 people in here? Absolutely. Do I recommend it? Not really. If you have to, sure. But honestly, as you can see, this is 2 cots. And because my kids aren't like super big teenager kids, this is very comfortable for them. But I would venture to say unless you're not using cots. So if you're using an airbed or whatnot, I wouldn't do more than 2 in there. Anyway, but here's my setup. Usually it's a lot cooler because I have the windows down, but my poor neighbors, they get so curious sometimes, and I don't blame them, because I always have like all this weird random stuff set up in my yard, testing out my solar stuff. Oh, hello, little friend. Look at that, guys. It is a moth. Just hanging out. That's so cool. So what I like to do, here's these big carabiners. These are so awesome. Now, because you can clip them on just like this. Or if you do what I do, where you get these little clamps, you just hang that on there. So it's kind of like a doorway. I try to keep things buttoned up to make it feel cooler in there. But yeah, so this is my setup. Like I said, this will be my shop. That will be completely covered with curtains. I've just got to find my poles at this point. But yep, I'll have tables here with my soaps, my products. And that, my friends, is the grand tour. This situation's a lot more simplistic than some of my other setups. I can't necessarily count on setting up with assistance, so I need something that I can set up solo, or solo with 3 kids who want to desperately help. And then I'll take you this way really quick to the cool room. You'll have to forgive me, because like I said, I've been doing some testing, so they're not all set up the way I'd like it to be. And here, see, as you see, I have panels in here. They're just because I got to keep them face down so they're not getting burnt out. But I have a box fan in here. I have 2 evaporative coolers. This one is really cool. I like it. I would probably put this between 50 and 75 square feet. Again, do not use it if you live somewhere humid. It does not work. If you live somewhere dry like me, it's gonna work. But this is my cool room. Oh, I want to show you guys my little ceiling fans. I love these things. These are fantastic. They're USB, so anything that has USB charging, you can run these. These are about 10 watts a piece, so 10 watts per hour. Great to have. You can also run them off of something like here, the Lion Energy 50 watt panel that I need to move out into the sun because I had to do a couple things. But yeah, so I wanted to share this to you guys. I'll include links with things that if you liked what you saw or one thing or whatever, you'll at least know where to get it, because this is pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. You are happy, you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you guys next time.